So uh, if you allow me, I'll tell why I want to do what I do. So it has been a disturbed childhood for me, and my parents were very uh, clear about their objectives in life. Both of them were fairly educated in a society where education was uh, still not very affordable thing. So both of them, being the first graduates of their districts, they had their clear opinion about what they want out of life, and so they had distinct opinion about things in life. So as a result, the household scenario was almost, it's a very mm, noisy, I can say. If not, it was. I don't. I won't say that it was kind of frustrating, but yes, I didn't like the noise in the house, and always I thought of wasting energy in sticking to the points where nobody won. And I saw my mother to be troubled with so many issues in her life which she couldn't resolve, and vented out in the form of objection to everything in life. And she almost ruined my childhood, I can say. And my father was somehow, he regarded my mother as a role model kind of thing. He adored her too much, so much so that he thought that whatever ma was doing was okay for the children, and so it was a very disturbed child. So when I grew up, uh, I I didn't want that kind of household. Even though I too has my opinions, and I must say I was opinionated too, but I didn't like friction. I always tried to reach out to people with whom I had a difference of opinion, and that is how my career started. But still, when you become too soft, when you understand the other person's viewpoint, and know that why the other person is disturbed, and give that margin of say benefit to that person, it sometimes is construed as weakness, or say compromise on the part of the other person. So even though I was in my career, even though I was doing brilliantly, because I was not able to, actually, I didn't want to confront, because I wanted to avoid noise at any cost. First, it started with, say, keeping quiet. Then, what happened as a result? I was uh, I was venting out my feelings in the form of outbursts at inappropriate moments. Sometimes I would get angry, provoked by nothing, seemingly nothing, and it will aggravate the situation so much that it would ruin the relationship between mm, people in the workplace. But still, I had been regarded as a person who could motivate people, who can help people out. And actually, when I spoke from my heart, and it actually transformed people. Actually, people were able to take decisions. They were able to clear their doubts, and so on and so forth. In my work also, I started as a social researcher, and there also I was doing kind of application programming, like forming the data entry packages and data analysis, and starting from the investigators training to the questionnaire designing to the sampling, then data entry, validation, data check, and data analysis. So, as doing all that, majority part of that I was able to complete within a month, and that earned me promotions, but that didn't earn me goodwill because of several other reasons. My home front, I was not leading a good life because the baggage of the past experience, it was so much so that people who knew people who knew about my household and my background, they tried to manipulate me. One of them was my home, my, what you can say, the person I got married to, and so it didn't last. So if that kind of experience happens, then it gets reflected at work also. And so uh, the disturbances around me were were kind of interpreted as my resistance, my fastidiousness, and my rigidity towards my own ideology. So much so that it ruined my house and my workplace also. That was the impression I created. So it was kind of a, see, it was kind of self pity at times, I thought, and I was angry. Then I thought the other person is responsible, and um, I was so very convinced about my own capability also, So till I was like that, obviously it was not a team game, right? It was not a team game that I was playing, so I was not able to lead a team. So when I realized that out, then I started to shift my views, and then um, I started to understand their point of views also, and I kind of took myself out of all kinds of uh, restrictions at home. So, and even then, even then, what happened was I did great projects, 3 projects also. Still, people were very insecure about me, and I thought they were insecure, and they wanted me in the team, but they didn't want me to grow. So, was there something which I was doing wrong? Suppose repeatedly people come into your career or your workplace or your life, and the same thing repeats, then it is a pattern, right? It's a pattern for which you yourself is responsible. So I was responsible in some way or other, and I was not able to see the lesson I needed to learn. So that is when I started to analyze myself, and I saw that I was very, very intolerant towards my leadership. Are you in such kind of a situation ever in life? You were you are okay, you are right, you are capable, you are skilled, but you are intolerant towards other people's contribution and their importance in the team. You tend to kind of overweigh your uh, contribution in the team, undermining their contribution. So that was the thing I was doing. So I was not dependable. Although I could beat any deadline, I was a proactive person. Even if nobody else is contributing, I had the ability to take the entire project on my shoulder alone. I could deliver it. How many times you can do that? If it is one single project, then only you can do that. If at the same time you have to handle say 5 to 6 projects, then it is not possible unless you delegate it to people. When you start delegating people won't cooperate because they have never been appreciated by you. You have been so overwhelmingly capable that you, you had given no importance to them. So now they will not come to your rescue, right? That is when I realized that me being capable is okay. It is completely fine. But if I recognize the other person's ability also, then it gives me a stronger team and better productivity. And if I am part of a bigger group in which I am not the manager or the leader, then I need to be the trustworthy person of the leader, because that is how I can be an important person in the team. And actually, I can show my potential to the team and to the entire world only if I am allowed to. If I am not allowed to, then I'm not able to show. And despite all my skills, all my experiences, and all my capabilities, I would fail, right? So that is when I started changing my approach. And when I kind of gave away that attitude of taking all the credits myself, it is okay when you are a team member, but it is not okay when you are a team leader. Hmm? So as soon as I did that, even if I am not in the position of a team leader or manager, I have been a project manager, but when it was a bigger team, even if I am not in a leading position, still I started being an important person, dependable person, and sought after person. And the next stage was I delegated so much and helped people grow so much that everybody started owning, and I started having a lot of time to myself to do whatever I liked. That is how I have transitioned from that source. I still have about 6 projects at this moment, and those are worth 30 crores, and all of them have timeline deadline of say 1 year or so. Still I am able to give myself time to educate people because I have time, and I get helped by people, right? And then the second thing is, whenever I travel in metro, bus, and anywhere, people were cribbing about their workplace issues. Same thing that I was doing, right? So people kind of waste so much of energy. They achieve nothing. Does it help them? No. Still, they do it because they think there is no way out, and it is just misfortune to be in that position, and they are not getting anything from their destiny, or they don't deserve to be like that, deserve to be winning something good, achieving something good. So I started thinking about this requires just a mindset shift. I then I started experimenting on how to instantly shift the other person's mind if I shift mine, right? So when I did that, honestly, genuinely, I wanted the one acknowledge the other person's contribution and importance in the team. I did that just inside my mind, and in actuality, it transformed their mind also. That was a very surprising kind of result that I had. And I read so many books, Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagavad Gita, and other things. It each of that says that if you want to change the world, you need to change yourself, right? That is where I am. That is what I am doing. If I have achieved the same thing, I want to achieve the same thing for you too. If I have been an achiever all the years, then you can be an achiever too. So that is how I have started my journey, and I would like to help you with that, with my experience, because so far I have uh, transformed about, say, uh, 18,000 people plus, and yes, 18,000 plus people uh, who are doing great in their lives and in their endeavors, but wherever they are, they have in fact gone a step ahead to have their own enterprise. They have achieved freedom for themselves as well. So these are the few reasons uh, why I want to teach you. Maybe my students already have achieved freedom, which I'm in the process of achieving, because my goal is like going global and impacting 1 billion lives. So maybe I have made my vision bigger one, or whatever. I'm still on my way to achieve freedom, which I want to teach. And it starts from a mindset shift, and I cannot do it alone. I need the support of many people in this. That is why I have started training so many people, because this task that I have started, this will require many people's involvement in the same way that I have been doing. So I am on a mission to train 1 lakh super performing global players who can help me achieve the freedom for themselves and for me and for 1 billion people, right? So that has been my vision. It's a big vision, I agree, but it is, if systematically done, it is achievable in a year or two. Can you believe that? Even if I am delayed, I can go, say, at the end of 10th year, I'm definitely achieving this. I am definitely achieving this, and so all of the all of the people, the super performing global players, 1 lakh of them, they can achieve that too. So like say the entire globe will be covered by these 1 lakh people who are very very motivated and trained in the same manner that with my insight and also their insight also, they will also grow and they will also contribute and they will bring in strategies which will help me and help the world. Maybe you are one of them. And so please download my ebook, which is described somewhere in the description box, and get in touch with me. Let us change the world. Thank you.